broadcast message, as written by Captain Salvador P. Lopez, delivered by 3rd Lieutenant Normando Ildefonso Norman Reyes, on the Voice of Freedom radio broadcast of April 9, 1942, from Malinta Tunnel, Corregidor. Bataan has fallen. The Philippine-American troops on this war-ravaged and blood-stained peninsula have laid down their arms. With heads bloody but unbowed, they have yielded to the superior force and numbers of the enemy. The world will long remember the epic struggle that Filipino and American soldiers put up in the jungle fastness and along the rugged coast of Bataan. They have stood up uncomplaining under the constant and grueling fire of the enemy for more than 3 years. Besieged on land and blockaded by sea, cut off from all sources of help in the Philippines and in America. The intrepid fighters have done all that human endurance could bear. For what sustained them through all these months of incessant battle was force that was more than merely physical. It was the force of an unconquerable faith, something in the heart and soul that physical hardship and adversity could not destroy. It was the thought of native land and all that it holds most dear, the thought of freedom and dignity and pride in this most priceless of all our human prerogatives. The adversary, in the pride of his power and triumph, will credit our troops with nothing less than the courage and fortitude that his own troops have shown in battle. Our men have fought a brave and bitterly contested struggle. All the world will testify to the most superhuman endurance with which they stood up until the last in the face of overwhelming odds. But the decision has had to come. Men fighting under the banner of unshakable faith are made of something more than flesh, but they are not made of impervious steel. The flesh must yield at last, endurance melt away, and the end of the battle must come. Bataan has fallen, but the spirit that made it stand, a beacon to all the liberty-loving peoples of the world, cannot fall. All of us know the story of Easter Sunday. It was the triumph of light over darkness, life over death. It was the vindication of a seemingly unreasonable fate. It was the glorious resurrection of a leader, and only 3 days before defeated and executed like a common felon. Today, on the commemoration of that resurrection, we can humbly and without presumption declare our faith and hope in our own resurrection, our own inevitable victory. We too were betrayed by Judases. We were taken in the night by force of arms, and though we had done wrong to no man, our people were bound and delivered into the hands of enemies. We have been with mock symbols of sovereignty, denied by weaklings, lashed with repeated oppression, tortured and starved. We have been given gall to drink, and we have shed our blood. To those who look upon us from afar, it must seem the Filipino have descended into the hell, into the valley of death. But we know that the patient and watching men, who said their simple prayers in the hills of Bataan, have not lost faith, and we know that the hushed congregations in the churches throughout the land drew from the gospel as much renewed hope in the resurrection. To all of them, we give today the message of the angel of Easter morning. Be not afraid, for he is risen. We too shall rise. After we have paid the full price of our redemption, we shall return to show the scars of sacrifices that all may touch and believe. When the trumpets sound the hour, we shall roll aside the stone before the tomb, and the tyrant guards shall scatter in confusion. No wall of stone shall then be strong enough to contain us. No human force shall suffice to hold us in subjection. We shall rise in the name of freedom, and the east shall be alight with the glory of our liberation.